with one political entity in the metropolitan area. And so picture yourself trying to do this development with 8 entities, 7 cities and a village. I'm not sure that that grouping could even agree that daylight savings time has ended. A formidable challenge. And I give the creative forces behind this project credit for doing what I accuse many in southeastern Wisconsin of failing to do, and that's thinking outside the box. Tom Raves, the point man, provided me with some very informative data on the project, including goals, vision, mission. And when your vision is that the gateway to Milwaukee will be, and I quote, a vibrant and diverse transportation and commercial hub connecting and supporting the Milwaukee region with the rest of the world as a globally recognized economic engine that attracts business and people, you're biting off quite a bit. One of the problems I think we have in development is we do tend to oversell. And I know that a lot of you know that I'm not about the last person to accuse somebody of hyperbole. I think the Aerotropolis is a good public-private partnership that's being developed, but I think it's more realistic to look at the long term. General Mitchell Field, as we all know, is going to be very, very challenged in the next couple of years because of the airline mergers. We have gone through a wonderful period where we have been very, very competitive with airfares, and now with the big mergers that have just occurred, such as Southwest and AirTran, and when they're all finally implemented, that competitive battle is going to end. That mean less flights, loss of traffic, and a potential increase in fares. The upside, however, is that there may well be an opportunity to expand air freight capacity, implement additional technological changes, and increase storage capacity around the airport. And that could make a big difference for this project. This is another one of those developments that the press tends to get all excited about and then forget about for 2 or 3 years and then say, what's happening? It's going to take an awful lot for this project to succeed. There are a lot of people who are signed up, but I don't think it is clear at this particular moment who's going to lead, where is the money going to come from, how is this going to be implemented, and as we always worry about for all of us in this room, what are the priorities when it comes to development? What's the plan? Who is going to get priorities and help with financing from the state, from private sector? We always have that debate, and we will have it again. I'm hopeful that something will come of this. I think the challenges are significant. Whether or not they will be successful, I think, will be determined by what kind of leadership can be brought to bear and what are our priorities going to be and what kind of threshold does the county and the operation of Mitchell Field have for expanding air freight capacity, and how is that going to match up with the passenger capacity that our city so desperately needs.
Yes, I believe we are. Our airport's located, as soon as the freeway reopens, which will be next fall, 10 minutes from downtown. And I would hate to see a big push to locate a whole bunch of offices, et cetera, out at the airport. Yes, there are transportation-related type organizations that should be there. But again, we should put our bucks where the jobs are going to be and where they can be handled the best. And right now, my focus is on downtown, and I would love to sell it to office people who might be thinking of locating at the airport, because I think we could point out to them how downtown is a much better location.
2 economic development tools that I think are extremely important to this development. One is the pending legislation on multi-jurisdictional TIFs. And I think that will really bring forth an understanding of who really wants to get involved in a real way as a stakeholder in this development. The second important thing, I think, is the extension of the Midwestern disaster relief bonds. You may or may not know, but there's $3 billion or so of Midwestern disaster relief bonds that have been allocated to the state of Wisconsin. Of course, but in any event, a very, very important economic development tool, low-cost capital, for a development like this. Also, I think the thing about this development is that it is scalable. I think we can decide how far we go based on the success we have as we move forward.